Alright, this is Lightseekers, the card game. Now, you really might not be able to tell, and I'm not sure if I do this, if the camera's going to focus in on it. You'll see the art is a little bit childish looking, it's a little cartoonish. I don't know if this is supposed to be a game for kids, but this card game has so much depth. It's easy to learn, it's easy to play, but it just has so much depth that it really is a neat game to play. So I thought it would be worth playing and recording and showing you guys how this works. So first thing we're going to do is figure out who's first player. Call white or purple. Purple. Okay, white. I get to choose whether I go first or you go first. I want you to go first. Okay. So in this game, whoever goes first draws 4 cards. Whoever goes second draws 5. What we'll do is we'll explain the cards as we put them down and as we play them. Each of us start out with 30 life, but that's on our hero card. Each have a hero card, and on my hero card, each hero has a special ability. Mine is deal 1 damage to another hero. This cannot be increased by effects. What's yours, Dave?
Mine is Max Sally, and his ability heals any hero for 1. This cannot be increased by effects.
Okay. All right. Here you go, Dave.
Okay. Let's see. I have a choice on whether I want to play cards down, like play a card, and then
We'll do it. Well, if you play it, then we'll explain it.
no. For right now, I'm going to draw 2 cards instead of playing anything. And then after that, it's his turn.
Alright, so let me look and see what I got here. Okay, first card I'm going to play is called Hurricane Spirit. Now, on Hurricane Spirit, this is called a buff card. And each corner has an effect. In each turn, with the round corners, the beginning of each turn, I rotate it. And then the next turn, I rotate it again. So this card reads, Attack Ability. Move rotation cards from the recipient's hand to their deck. You draw 3 cards. But the first 2 have X's. X's mean it takes no effect at this time. So for now, it's just out in play, and it won't take effect until it gets to the 3rd corner. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, okay. Then I'm going to play a card called Sneaky Creeble. It's an attack card. It does 4 damage to my opponent. This effect cannot be... This attack ignores damage reducing effects, which means he can't play anything to reduce the damage. So he's going to take 4 points of damage.
1, 2, 3.
And it's your turn.
Okay.
Each turn you get 2 two actions, right? One of your actions can be your ability on your hero card. It can be to play a buff. It can play attack or defend cards. It can play combo attack cards or combo buffs. And if you don't think that you have anything that you want to play, you can just draw 2 cards.
So I have some interesting cards in my hand that either deal with combos, and we'll get into that when I have the ability to bring them out. So right now I'm still going to draw 2 cards.
Okay, so it's my turn. So the very first thing I do is I rotate my buffs. Well, there's still another X, so I still can't do anything. I think I am going to draw 2 cards as well. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Now, what does this do again? It gets rid of cards in my hand?
Yes. Moves rotation cards from recipient's hand to their deck.
Okay,
so,
the rotation card.
Right, so you show me your cards and I get to pick, I get to look at your deck and pick some rotation cards that I want.
Alright, so, let's see, make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so I have a card in here. The way we make it work is I bring out a card here, and I'll explain as soon as I bring them all down. This card and this card. Since they have these 3 symbols here, they allow me to activate what's called a combo card, and that has these 3 same symbols. I have to sacrifice those in order to bring that up onto the field.
Okay, but those don't go into the discard pile. They get put back into your deck.
Okay.
So you take them, put them in your deck, and then you... No, I'm sorry.
Oh, deck,
in
my
your
hand.
In your deck, not your hand.
Okay. In my deck, sorry.
Yep. So you put them in your deck, and then you mix your deck up.
Mm-hmm.
Or you...
Just a little fumble there.
Sorry?
That's good enough.
Yep.
Did you want to cut?
No, it's good.
Okay.
What does that do?
Celebrity, gain 1 additional action. So instead of having 2 actions, I have 3.
Yep. That's a good card to have 3 actions.
Okay, so I have 2 actions left. Or does that take effect on my next turn?
No, it takes effect right away when you put it down.
Okay. And then, let's see. I am going to put down Unstable Defender. First 3 corners deal rotation damage to your target. The 4th corner, target moves rotation buff action cards from their hand to their deck.
Okay, so since this is a 1, I take 1 damage.
Mm-hmm. And I have 1 more action.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to draw a card. Your turn.
Okay. So, again, beginning of my turn, I rotate, and let's see what this says. Make sure attack ability, move rotation cards from the recipient's hand to their deck. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and activate it so I get to look at his hand.
The other one I have.
And I'm going to remove that one. And I get to draw 3 cards.
And this goes to my deck?
Yes.
And to their deck.
Yes. And the last part of the sentence says I get to draw 3 cards, so I'm going to do so. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now because this is there's 2 types of corners. There's a rounded corner, which means it automatically turns, but then there's a clunky corner. It's got like a square instead of a round. Well, if you use a clunky corner, that's considered an action. So now I only have 1 action left. And I'm going to put down Thunder Slug. You may remove rotation buffs from another hero.
Okay.
No.
That's not a rotation buff.
Correct. Okay, so that one goes to the discard pile.
Yep.
And I'm done.
Okay. So I am going to draw a card. Oh, really?
No, I don't think that's the way it works.
Oh, I can't.
Well, you have to draw. If you, the only time you can draw is when you decide you're not going to do anything else. You can't draw a card, and then you have to play a card, and then decide, okay, I'm not doing anything else. I'm going to draw a card.
I'll go ahead and just draw 3.
Okay. All right. So now, each of my buffs rotates. This one I look at, and since it's got a free corner, there's nothing in that corner, it gets discarded. This one has 2, but as you can see, he has no buffs in play, so he doesn't have to sacrifice anything. This moves over. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play a Dancing Flutterer. It's an attack card, 3 damage. Increase this by 3 if the recipient has more than 20 points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You're 20?
Yes. I'm at 20.
Okay, so the last thing I'm going to play, let me look at it first. Okay, so I'm going to play the cards that I'm going to use to activate this. Okay, so first I'm going to put down what's called a lightning storm. It has a lightning bolt and air. And then I'm going to play... No, I can't do that. Well, that's a shame. Okay. Alright. So let's look and see what else I can do here. Okay, I'm going to play Heroic Starfish. It does 3 damage, and I get to heal for 3. So 1, 2, 3. Those 2, discard 5. Your turn.
I feel like you still have another turn, because what did you do for your first one?
What do you mean, what did I do for the first one?
Yeah, your
for
first.
my first turn?
Yeah.
Okay, this did 1, got rid of that. Oh, you're talking about for the first turn?
Yeah.
I played the Dancing Flutterer. 3 damage, increase this by 3 if recipient has more than 20 health.
No, that was your last turn. Because I went from, like, over here to 20. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Then I'll play Spark Wisp. Take 5 damage.
Okay.
If you insist on me hurting you, I'll hurt you.
Might have been a misplay, but...
Oh, that's all right.
Okay, so my turn?
We're just playing for fun. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
your turn.
I have an interesting card here that I've been working to get to bring out.
Interesting means it's going to hurt me.
Well, you don't know. So I got this card that has a explosive symbol. I have this card that has a gear symbol. And I have this card that has a hourglass symbol to bring out Nitro Heal.
Oh, no.
And that heals me for 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I don't think I like that card.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it gets taken away.
Yeah.
It has no other... It should have, like, discard after use or something like that. Okay, that was my first turn. And I have no other way of doing anything else, so I'm going to draw 2.
Okay. At the beginning of my turn, I turn my buff, and it comes to a corner that's empty, so it gets discarded. First thing I'm going to do is look at my cards. Okay, I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Okay. I'm going to do Umbron Marauder. Deal 6 damage with the character with the most health.
6?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. And then Tyrex Mercenary, 5 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. And I'm going to draw a card for my third action that Celebrate gives me.
Alright, so now I'm going to play one that has a lightning symbol, an air symbol, and another air symbol. To play Cleansing Wind. Does 9 damage. The recipient...
You can't play that though. That has to be that's a combo. So you have to bring out combos to bring that out.
No, I'm using these to pay for that card.
Well, I feel like that one is needed to pay for that.
Yeah, see, the way it works, right, is you can use both of those to pay for this. So, it takes 2 air.
Oh, you can?
Air, yeah, and 1 lightning bolt.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I didn't explain that.
I thought those were only...
Mm-mm. If they've got the symbols at the top, you can use them to pay for the cards.
Okay.
So, these go back in the deck. I just did it upside down.
I had only...
Sorry about that. I thought that you understood that. Hey, guys, we're new at this game, so we're making mistakes. We're still kind of figuring out the rules. So
yeah.
So
I'd only assumed that ones that have 2 or more,
you
had to do sacrifice. I couldn't use them as resources.
Yep, you can. Okay, so 9 damage. The recipient moves all action cards from an element of your choosing from their hand to their deck. Okay, so first do the 9 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Recipient moves all action cards, element of your choosing. You see, your elements are. Okay, I don't know what I think this is explosion. So any card in your hand that's got an explosion symbol goes back in your deck.
And I don't have any.
Okay. That was my first one, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
Okay.
2. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope.
1 card?
Yep, I should have done 1 card. Sorry. Because I had already done an action, so I didn't get 2 cards. I got 1 card. My mistake. Alright.
So I'm going to have to draw 3. 2, 3. Your turn.
Alright. Okay, Heroic Starfish. I'm going to use the water symbol and the water symbol to pay for Murky Waters. Do 7 damage. Increase this by 5 if the recipient has more than 20 health, which you don't. So all you got to do is just take 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Goes to the discard pile.
Okay. And I'm going to bring out Steel Fortification, sacrificing Body Morph that has 1 cog, and Bone Chewer that has another 1. I can do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I need some defense. Okay, that's my first move, and
What's that card do?
reduce damage received by rotation. Your other mechanical buffs cannot be removed or returned, including by yourself. Other mechanical buffs can't be removed or returned.
What that means is that I can't remove or return them, and you can.
Huh.
So if there's a card that does damage on the 3rd corner, you want to try to get rid of it, you can't do it.
Okay, so that was my first move. Looper is my second. Deal 6. The recipient draws 1 card.
Oh. The recipient. I'm the recipient.
Really?
What does it say again?
Draw 6.
No, what is it?
6 damage.
6
the
damage.
Recipient
1,
draws
2,
1
3,
card.
4, 5, 6. I'm the recipient of the 6 damage. So I draw a card.
Huh. And Looper again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw a card.
Your turn.
Okay. We're not going to worry about it this time, but I think another rule that I found out about and we haven't been using, you can't play the same card each turn.
Can't play the same card.
Right. So we'll let it go this time, but you can't play 2 loopers in a row.
Huh.
So, all right. So my turn.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to draw 2 cards.
We're going to draw 3. 2, 3. Your turn.
Okay. All right, I'm going to
I had to
play.
turn my Steel Fortification.
And does that do 3 damage to me or something?
No, it just reduces by
Okay.
3.
I'm going to play lightning. And air. Play a lightning storm. Deal rotation damage to your target. So you take 4 unless you have
Reduced by-
something that's reduced or reduces it.
Yeah, and this reduces damage received by 3 on this corner.
Okay.
So I take 1.
Yep. Okay. I get another one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to play Frenzied Creeble. 3 damage. Increase this by 3 if you have 3 or less cards in your hand, not counting this one. This is the only one that I have in my hand.
2, 3. Oh, wait. Reduced by 3.
Right, so you take 3. Alright, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Tyrix Fixer. Heal 4. Increase this by 3 if your health is less than 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And
Did you rotate that?
no, sorry.
Is that
I have to do that the first
beginning
yeah.
of each turn, yeah.
And Frenzied Kerbal. 3 damage increased by 3 if you have 3 or less.
So 6 total?
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3.
And Time Worm. Move your last rotated discard combo cards to your hand. So that means when this rotates, then I rotate that, then I can bring that back out
Okay.
if I want to. And that's here you go.
Okay. I'm going to play. Nope, I'm going to draw 2 cards. I don't know. It's not smart, but Oh, there's nothing else I could do.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. At the beginning of my turn, I'm supposed to turn.
Yeah.
And it does 4 damage to you.
And then it's reduced by
3, so you only take 1.
Okay, so now it's my turn.
That's the one thing about this game that's hard to remember. We haven't played a lot, so once we start playing a lot, we'll remember to do that.
Yeah. So this gets taken
Because it has a blank corner.
And then with the time worm, I move my last discarded combo card to my hand.
Okay, now let's show something real quick. Okay, go ahead and do that. Do where you were. Okay, so he was there. Okay, so let me show you this. This is how this timing works. Okay, so it's supposed to go from this direction this way. So the first thing that happens is he turns this card. Since it's got a blank, it goes to the discard pile.
Mm-hmm.
This moves over and it turns. Then, since it's got a 1, he activates what it says here and brings that card back to his hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, I didn't want people to get confused. Go ahead and put that back down. Showing where he did this. If he had done this first, then he would have had to go and look in his discard pile for a rotation buff to put back in his hand. But since the way the cards activate, right? This one is first, which causes it to discard.
Mm-hmm.
And then this moves over and turns it, bringing this 1 into play, and he takes that, puts it back into his hand. So see, that's what I'm saying about this game. It's there. You can put combinations together to make it better for you or to your advantage.
Mm-hmm. But I have no other cards to play, or at least it's in my hand, so I have to play draw 3.
Okay, so at the beginning of my turn, I turn, and you do 4 damage. Okay, I'm going to play Vitalizing Frog, which gives me 6 healing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then my second action, I'm going to play Heroic Starfish, do 3 damage, and I heal for 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, your turn.
Okay.
Now, got any buffs that you need to turn? Okay, that one is exhausted. Goes to the discard pile.
And then I play my cards, which I'm going to play Umbron Thief, 4 damage. Recipient has more health than you. After damage is dealt, you heal for 3.
So I take how much?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
And Tyrex Mercenary, do 5 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm back to 3.
And Bone Chewer.
How much?
For 3. And for the win.
1, 2, 3. And there you go. That's Lightseekers. So, like I said, the art on the cards is a little bit juvenile. It's cartoonish. But if you go online and you watch other people playing this game, it's mostly adults because of how it's simplistic. It's simple to play, but the depth of putting your buffs into a certain order and they fire at a certain order, and combining cards to, some people have combined cards to get like 16 points of damage and 10 points of damage, 12 points of damage. So it's a game that is it looks simplistic, and if you are in a game store and you pick this up and look at it, you might pass it up because you look at it and say, oh, this game must be for kids. Well, let me tell you, it may look like it's for kids, but it is absolutely one of the funnest games I think we played, and we really like. And this, the decks that you see here, the things that you see here, the mats, his deck, my deck, you get a couple other, or you get one pack. It is, I think it's $20 for the two decks, the mats, a booster pack, and a couple other things, which is really good. And these are just basic. These decks are just basic decks that have not been augmented in any way. But you can buy booster packs to take cards out and put other cards in to make them stronger, make them do different things. Now, the only thing I fault this game at is being a CCG, which is a collectible card game. It's tremendously hard to get all the cards, and you're allowed to put 3 of any one card, except for your combos, your combo buffs. Those you can only have 1 of each, but you can put up to 3 of each of the other kind of cards into the deck. So I think there's 500 different cards, and it's going to be virtually impossible for you to get every unless you pay a whole lot of money. So don't do that. Just buy the basic decks. Just buy a booster pack here and there, and change out the cards when you get a chance. A friend to play, because this truly is a really awesome game. All right, well, that's it for Lightseekers. I guess we'll see you the next time we play.
See you.